problem with Nebraska starts with the name, the mascot, the essence of the place. They're called the Cornhuskers. As the legend goes, the term actually came from a sports writer named Cy Sherman in 1900, who started using Cornhuskers to refer to the football team that was previously called the Nebraska Bugeaters. A few years later, it stuck. Today, we have many sports mascots that represent relics of the past: Knights, Pirates, Raptors, Trojans, and Cavaliers. We could go on and on. For people in Nebraska, the name Cornhuskers signifies a tradition with a more personal touch. It symbolizes the hard, noble work of farmers who settled on the Great Plains and fed America, a lifestyle intertwined with football as they saw it in the early 20th century. However, in the modern world, corn crops are processed by machines that can handle multiple tons per hour. The industry has evolved. There are no more actual Cornhuskers, yet Nebraska football still performs the same yearly routine. After starting 5-1 and looking like a lock to reach the postseason for the first time since 2016, Nebraska's season is again on the ropes after a 27-20 loss to UCLA. The level of catastrophe in this result is hard to convey fully. It's not just that UCLA was 2-5 or that Nebraska was playing at home. It's the pattern. Last year, Nebraska was 5-3 with winnable games remaining but finished 5-7. In 2022, they were 3-3 and lost the next 5 games. In 2021, Nebraska was 3-3 and couldn't find even one more win. In 2019, the Huskers were 4-2 but missed bowl eligibility, losing 5 of their last 6 games. So, the November collapse is not only actual, it's as predictable as the fall harvest. Nebraska fans are horrified to see it happening again. At 5-4, Nebraska must either win at Southern California, beat Wisconsin, or go to Iowa the day after Thanksgiving to secure bowl eligibility and avoid another late-season slide. It will be challenging, especially given the offensive struggles of freshman quarterback Dylan Raiola, who has scored only 58 points over the last 4 games. Nobody expects coach Matt Rhule to immediately launch the Huskers into national title contention. He won at Temple and Baylor, so it would be surprising if he doesn't eventually win at Nebraska. Still, there's no good excuse for losing to a terrible UCLA team at home. After paying Rhule a substantial amount, he's owed $56 million after this season to end this intolerable bowl drought. Having a mascot in blue jeans and a red cowboy hat, representing a farmer from a bygone era, is a form of false advertising. Penn State fans are similarly tired. In a close game against Ohio State, they were on the 3-yard line with a chance to tie or take the lead, but predictably, they couldn't score, leading to a 20-13 loss. This result dropped James Franklin's record against top 5 teams to 114. Meanwhile, Clemson's fans were convinced their issues had been resolved after a promising stretch following a rough start. A 33-21 home loss to Louisville has exposed their flaws again, with a realization that they are no longer the best team in the ACC. Arizona's early season promise has evaporated, as they dropped to 3-6 after a 56-12 loss to UCF. At the same time, Auburn's struggles leave fans wondering how it came to this after a loss to Vanderbilt, making it increasingly likely they'll end the season below 500 again. Georgia stands as a potential national champion, but has its issues. Carson Beck's propensity for mistakes, including throwing 3 interceptions against Florida, raises fan concerns. Similarly, Virginia Tech continues to struggle under Brent Pry, unable to capitalize on a lead against Syracuse, while Oklahoma State's Mike Gundy appears detached, leading a team that spiraled to 3-6. In the Big Ten, Wisconsin's loss to Iowa signifies a concerning trend for a once staple program, seemingly adrift in the middle of the conference standings. The rivalry that once defined both teams has shifted, leaving Wisconsin in a position where fans are left to question what has happened to their program's trajectory.